A car speeds through the city streets, cutting through the traffic with precision. Inside sits a handsome blond man in a sharp suit, his expression calm and composed. He is Lloyd Forger, Westalis's top-secret agent, known by his code name, Twilight. Having just completed an important mission, he is now on his way back to the embassy. But suddenly, the car swerves out of control. The brakes fail. The driver panics, shouting, "What's happening?" Lloyd's eyes widen in shock, though he forces himself to stay composed. Within seconds, the car spins wildly and crashes into the roadside barrier. Elsewhere, inside a hidden conference room, Westalis's high-ranking officials gather. The air is tense. Tragic news has just arrived. One of their diplomats was killed in a car accident in Ostania. But suspicion runs deep. It may have been an orchestrated assassination by Ostania's right-wing extremists. The officials debate their next move. This incident could spark a devastating war between Westalis and Ostania. They must uncover who is truly behind it all. One man in a suit finally speaks with a stern gaze. "We need our best agent. We need Twilight." Back to the field, we see Lloyd disguised as a bald man with a thick mustache. Calmly, he hands over a set of incriminating photographs to an older official. "This is proof that the foreign minister wears a wig and keeps a mistress," Lloyd explains. The official smirks with satisfaction. The mission seems successful. The official thanks him, gripping the envelope of photos tightly. "Excellent work. This is more than enough to force his resignation," he says. Lloyd, the master spy, turns and walks away, relieved and confident his task is done. But then, something feels off. A sharp voice cuts through the air behind him. "Hey!" the official calls out, now flanked by two men in black suits. He sneers. "Do you really think I'd let you walk away without giving me what you promised?" Lloyd freezes. His instincts scream, "This is a trap! Damn, it's a setup!" He realizes, panic flashing in his mind. His disguise is no longer useful. In one swift motion, he tears away the false mustache and bald cap, revealing his true face, Twilight. The official's eyes widen in fury. "That man's a spy," he yells, pointing at Lloyd. His cover blown. Danger closes in fast. Lloyd glances at the car waiting for him nearby. But suspicion gnaws at him. His enemies may have already rigged it with explosives or worse. Now, the best agent of Westalis faces a critical decision. Should he fight his way out, or risk returning to the car? The weight of his mission to stop a war between nations rests heavily on his shoulders. Who is truly pulling the strings behind this deadly game? And can Lloyd Forger survive long enough to uncover the truth? Lloyd Forger, the legendary spy codenamed Twilight, is a master of disguise. In this era of information warfare, he is a veteran who can become anyone in order to survive. A tool with no true face, ready to cast aside his old identity at any moment for the sake of a mission. Inside a lavish restaurant, Twilight takes on his latest disguise, a bespectacled man named Robert. Across from him sits a woman named Karen, chattering endlessly about how her father recently lost some important photographs. She has no idea that the man dining with her is the very thief who stole them. Karen suddenly points toward another table, where a man is proposing to his lover. "Oh, Robert, look! Do you think one day will be like that?" she asks with sparkling eyes. Twilight can only respond awkwardly, because he has never once considered a normal life like that. Deciding the act has gone on long enough, Twilight ends it. After gathering the information he needs, he fixes his cold gaze on Karen. "Let's break up," Karen gasps in shock. "What?" She cannot understand why the man before her would suddenly say such a thing. Twilight's reply is sharp. Her conversations lack any intellectual depth. Karen pleads, "Robert, wait." But Twilight pays her no mind. Rising to his feet, he walks away, muttering, "Good luck with your future." As he strides out, he pulls the stolen photographs from his pocket. "Sorry, Karen. I never needed you. Only your father, he thinks to himself. Twilight tears away the disguise of Robert. Removing the glasses, he murmurs inwardly, it's time to say goodbye to this mask as well. He must keep moving forward, discarding false identities that no longer serve their purpose. In a dark alley, Twilight tosses his forged IDs into a burning trash barrel. In his heart, he whispers, marriage, the happiness of an ordinary life? I threw all of that away the day I became a spy. Later, at a train station, Twilight appears in his signature suit and hat, casually holding a briefcase and a folded newspaper. Suddenly, he bumps shoulders with another man. In that instant, they discreetly swap newspapers. The man is another spy. This silent exchange is their method of passing along classified information. Without a word, Twilight continues on his way. A stray cat watches him, almost as if it understands the secret that just transpired. Now, with the new newspaper in hand, Twilight receives his next set of instructions. The war of information rages on, and he remains the sharpest piece on the board. Whatever mission lies ahead, Lloyd Forger is always ready. At a high-class restaurant, our secret agent Lloyd Forger sits in disguise as a bespectacled man named Robert. He calmly listens as a woman named Karen complains about her father's stolen photographs, unaware that the very man before her is the mastermind behind the theft. Suddenly, Karen notices a couple at another table, where a man is proposing to his lover. With sparkling eyes, she turns to Robert and asks, "Do you think one day we'll be like them?" Lloyd freezes, responding stiffly. For a spy like him, the dream of living a normal life is something utterly foreign. With his mission complete, Lloyd wastes no time. His expression turns cold as he utters a single line. "Let's break up." Karen's eyes widen. "What?" she stammers, demanding to know why. Brutally, Lloyd tells her that their conversations only reveal a limited intellect. Karen is left devastated. "Robert, wait!" Karen cries. But Lloyd ignores her. He rises and leaves with calm indifference, saying, "Good luck with your future." Inwardly, he reflects that the role of Robert has ended. He no longer needs Karen, and more importantly, he no longer needs her father. Later, inside a train carriage, Lloyd unfolds a newspaper. Hidden within the oddly worded headline is a secret message. "Good evening, Twilight. His next mission awaits, and it will be more difficult than any he's faced before." The coded instructions reveal his target, Donovan Desmond, the reclusive and dangerous leader of the right-wing National Unity Party. To prevent war, Lloyd must get close to Donovan and uncover his plans. The fate of peace rests on this mission. But then comes the shocking line. Lloyd reads again in disbelief. "To accomplish this, you must marry and have a child." The spy nearly spits out his coffee in surprise. This mission is far more insane than he had imagined. His shock quickly turns to frustration. Clutching the newspaper tightly, he rereads the impossible directive. "Enrollment deadlines are in 1 week. You must produce a child within 7 days." The absurdity of it drives him mad. The paper clarifies further. Donovan Desmond only appears at informal events hosted at the elite private academy where his son is enrolled. That is why Lloyd must create a family. Only then can he gain access to his elusive target. Taking a deep breath, the master spy steadies himself. "I must calm down. A spy who loses his composure is a spy who's already close to death." Thus begins Operation Strix, the mission that will determine the fate of world peace. Amidst the bustle of the city, Lloyd Forger, codenamed Twilight, reflects silently. In his heart, he sees everything, even other people, as nothing more than a burden to a spy. But suddenly, the doorbell rings. Waiting on the other side is a twist of fate that will change everything. A real estate agent greets Lloyd inside a new apartment. With a wide smile, he says, "This will be the perfect start for your new family." Lloyd remains quiet. He realizes this isn't just a new home, it's the beginning of a new identity he must live. Lloyd steps into his apartment. The place feels empty, a perfect reflection of the heart he sacrificed for duty. A man beside him asks, "Do you have a son or daughter?" The question pierces him, reminding him of the heavy mission that lies ahead. Lloyd walks through an orphanage. He sees children who have been abandoned, and deep inside, he feels a strange connection. A man with a thick mustache, seemingly the caretaker, asks, "So, you're looking to adopt a child?" Lloyd scans the children, searching for the perfect candidate for his mission. Among them, a little pink-haired girl stares at him with wide eyes. She is Anya, and she reads Lloyd's thoughts as he wonders if he can find a clever child for his assignment. Anya, the telepathic girl, mischievously reveals her gift by answering Lloyd's thoughts before he can speak them. Lloyd is taken aback. This child? Does she know I'm a spy? He wonders. He has no idea Anya is, in fact, the perfect choice. Without delay, Lloyd takes Anya to a cafe for an interview. There, he tests her intelligence with a crossword puzzle. Thanks to reading his mind, Anya answers every question with ease. Lloyd grows impressed. His mission feels closer to success than ever. Proudly, Anya hands him the completed sheet. Lloyd can't believe his eyes. Amazing, he thinks. This is exactly the child I need. He doesn't realize every answer came straight from his own thoughts. Lloyd and Anya leave the orphanage together. Lloyd looks serious, while Anya skips happily at his side. "From now on, I'll be your father. Are you ready?" Lloyd asks. With sparkling eyes, Anya replies, "Ready, Papa. We'll be spies together." Lloyd chuckles. The two finally arrive at their new apartment. Lloyd Forger has secured the child his mission requires. But what he doesn't yet realize is that the most complicated and most emotional mission of his life has only just begun, with a little girl who can read every one of his secrets. At a restaurant, our secret agent Lloyd Forger sits in disguise. His mission is complete. He has extracted the information he needed from a woman named Karen. With cold detachment, he ends their relationship. To Lloyd, this was nothing more than part of the job. The mission is finished, and it is time to change identities. Lloyd removes the glasses he used for his disguise. Inwardly, he reflects that it is time to say farewell to the charade he had played as Robert the spy. Karen is left shocked, begging Lloyd not to leave her. But Lloyd keeps walking. He discards his false identity and leaves Karen behind. In the world of espionage, there is no space for emotions. Lloyd steps into a dark alley and burns all of his forged documents. Along with them, he burns any dream of a normal life, for such things are nothing but burdens to a spy. Inside a train carriage, Lloyd unfolds a newspaper. Hidden within the print, a coded message appears. "Good evening, Twilight. A new mission awaits him, one that could change the fate of the world." The details are clear. His target is Donovan Desmond, the leader of a right-wing political party and a grave threat to peace between East and West. But for once, the unshakable spy is stunned by what he reads next. "You must marry and have a child." Lloyd nearly spits out the coffee he was drinking. The mission explains further. Donovan is reclusive and only ever appears at informal events hosted at the elite academy where his son studies. To infiltrate that circle, Lloyd must have a child enrolled there. Taking a deep breath, Lloyd steadies himself. He knows that a spy who loses his composure is a spy close to death. This mission, codenamed Operation Strix, is the key to preserving peace between nations. The worn doors of an orphanage creak open. Lloyd feels a strange relief, for this rundown place is the perfect spot to find a child without a traceable past. Here, he can begin building the false family he needs. After adopting Anya, Lloyd takes her to the hospital to process the paperwork. The clerk there asks for the mother's documents. Calmly, Lloyd lies, saying that the mother had died in the war. The clerk looks at him with sympathy, never realizing that the man before her is a spy weaving lies. On the street, Lloyd and Anya walk side by side. Lloyd thinks to himself, "Now, I need to find a wife. Someone ordinary, like an office worker, so no one would suspect me. He must find a candidate quickly, or his mission will fail." Suddenly, Anya tugs on Lloyd's hand. With innocent eyes, she says, "Papa, let's go find Mama now." Lloyd is stunned, shocked that she somehow read his thoughts. He cannot explain how, but he begins to suspect that Anya has some kind of special ability. Lloyd stares at Anya suspiciously, trying to discern if the girl possesses unusual powers. Anya, reading every one of his doubts, panics. She fears that if Lloyd discovers her secret, he might abandon her. Quickly, Anya clings to Lloyd's leg and blurts out, "Papa, I'm tired." Feeling pity, Lloyd softens, his suspicion fading away. Unbeknownst to him, Anya has cleverly distracted him, saving her secret for now. As they continue walking, Anya wonders, what kind of mama will Papa choose? In her heart, she dreams of having a mother who is cool and strong, just like the spies she admires in her favorite television shows. She longs for an exciting family. Then, Anya's eyes widen in awe. In the distance, she spots a beautiful black-haired woman holding a sharp blade. "A spy, Mama!" she gasps inwardly. Without knowing it, Anya has just found the mother she always wished for. At the same time, Lloyd notices the woman as well, Yor Briar. To him, she looks like nothing more than an ordinary office worker. He sees her looking downcast, speaking into the phone, and decides to approach her with an offer of help. Lloyd steps closer, offering Yor a drink as he introduces himself as Lloyd Forger. Yor is startled by his sudden kindness. Lloyd, however, knows this could be the perfect chance to find a wife, and he must act quickly. When Lloyd asks why she looks so sad, Yor replies softly, "I'm just lonely. My younger brother has grown independent, and now I have no one left." To Lloyd, the master spy, this is the perfect opening to begin his performance. At a quiet cafe, Lloyd Forger makes a shocking proposal. He asks Yor to enter a contract marriage with him. Calmly, he explains that this marriage would only serve their personal needs. Lloyd requires a wife for his mission, while Yor needs a husband to avoid suspicion. Yor is startled, but then she smiles. "That's actually a very good offer," she replies, accepting his terms. For Yor, this marriage could be the solution to end her loneliness and finally give her the appearance of a normal life she secretly craves. Lloyd and Yor walk together along the bustling city streets. Lloyd thinks to himself, she may be a little careless, but her character is kind. She might just be the perfect choice. Slowly, he starts to view Yor as the ideal candidate for his fabricated family. Suddenly, Anya spots an advertisement poster on the wall and points excitedly. "Papa, is that you?" she asks. Lloyd's face immediately turns red. With panic, the poster shows a model who looks almost identical to his true appearance. Lloyd quickly waves his hands and stammers, No, that's just someone who looks like Papa." But Anya pouts in disbelief. "But he looks exactly like you, Papa." Lloyd struggles, unaware that Anya can actually hear his frantic thoughts. Yor, meanwhile, looks on in confusion. She glances at the poster, then back at Lloyd, tilting her head as if comparing the two. Lloyd, however, is far too flustered to hide his nervousness. Checking his watch, Lloyd's expression hardens. Time is slipping away. He must complete this marriage arrangement soon if he wants Anya to be enrolled in the academy before the deadline. They stop in front of a building. Lloyd politely excuses himself, apologizing that he has urgent business. Yor looks disappointed, while Lloyd steels himself, determined to finish everything quickly. As Lloyd walks away, a chill runs down his spine. His spy instincts scream at him something isn't right. Someone is following them. He spins around, eyes narrowing toward Yor. Two suspicious men trail closely behind her. Lloyd's mind sharpens. Who are they? He wonders. Even if this marriage is fake, he cannot allow Yor to be in danger. Without hesitation, he prepares to act. Lloyd, who had already walked away, suddenly felt a dreadful chill. His spy instinct screamed something was wrong. He stopped, turned back, and from afar, his eyes locked on Yor. Two suspicious men were trailing behind her. Are they following her? I can't just leave her alone, Lloyd thought. Without hesitation, he decided to shadow them, unaware that he was about to be dragged into a much bigger mess. The men finally confronted Yor. Are you with that man? One of them demanded. Yor froze in surprise, her eyes wide. She had no idea why these strangers were targeting her. With innocence, Yor replied, I only met him today. But the men didn't believe her. One of them snarled, his fist rising as he lunged forward to strike. From the distance, Lloyd's eyes narrowed in fury. Hitting a woman in broad daylight? How dare they? He growled inwardly. There was no way he would allow Yor to be harmed. In a flash, Lloyd leapt into action, his powerful kick smashing into the attacker's face. The man was thrown back violently, utterly shocked that a stranger had intervened so suddenly. Lloyd stood tall over him, his sharp gaze burning with controlled rage. You should be ashamed of yourself, he declared coldly. The thug, stunned and trembling, could do nothing but stare back in fear. And then, Yor's secret was revealed. With incredible strength and agility, she struck back at the remaining assailants. The thugs recoiled in terror. This woman wasn't ordinary at all. One by one, they faltered. Yor's raw power overwhelmed them, leaving no chance to fight back. Realization dawned on their terrified faces they had chosen the wrong target. Panic set in. The men stumbled away in fright, fleeing with pale faces and shaking voices. I can't believe she could do that, one of them cried, their footsteps echoing as they vanished into the distance. Lloyd and Yor dashed through the streets, with Lloyd carrying Anya on his back, while thugs chased them from behind. Panic surged through him. He had to get Anya to her school interview on time. Lloyd realized he didn't have much time left. Anya's registration will close any minute now, he thought. He needed to end this chaos quickly and get his family to safety. The chase grew more intense. Lloyd, Yor, and Anya kept running as the gang shouted threats. Watch out! One of the thugs yelled, but Lloyd and Yor pressed forward, their teamwork their only hope of escape. With swift precision, Yor leapt into action. Her deadly kicks struck down their pursuers, revealing her hidden strength as an assassin. Lloyd was shocked by her power, but there was no time to question it. They had to keep moving. Finally, Lloyd brought Yor and Anya to a tailor shop. They needed proper clothes for the interview. Lloyd and Yor donned elegant outfits, Lloyd in a sharp suit, Yor in a graceful dress, while Anya wore an adorable little gown. Lloyd stared at his reflection in the mirror. In that moment he looked every bit the part. Lloyd forger, kind psychiatrist, responsible father. He was ready to play his new role. He glanced at Anya and Yor. Anya beamed in her pretty dress, and Yor looked stunning in her gown. The perfect family, Lloyd thought. For the first time, he felt confident that this facade could succeed. Together, the three of them stepped out as the Forger family. To the world they looked like a happy household. But beneath the smiles, each of them carried secrets and a desire to live a normal life, no matter how false it was. At last, they arrived at their destination. Lloyd's eyes landed on the sign, Eden Academy. This was the place where he could get close to Donovan Desmond and secure world peace. His mission was about to begin. Standing before the grand gates of Eden Academy, the Forgers were ready. Anya, Lloyd, and Yor, each with their own hidden truths, were about to face the most important mission of their lives. Would they succeed? Only time would tell. The Forgers wait in the reception hall, tense and anxious. Lloyd sits upright, looking deadly serious. Anya fidgets nervously, and Yor clutches her handbag tightly. Around them sit other elite families, and Lloyd knows they must appear absolutely perfect. Finally, they are called into the interview room. A stern-looking examiner adjusts his glasses and asks, "What is your profession, Mr. Forger?" With calm confidence, Lloyd replies, "I'm a psychiatrist. I help people overcome their struggles." Lloyd explains that his work is about supporting others, painting himself as a kind, responsible man. The teacher nods in approval. Lloyd thinks to himself that he's managed to earn their trust. Next, the examiner turns to Yor. "And you, Mrs. Forger? What is your occupation?" Yor stiffens, nervous. I work at City Hall," she blurts out, trying to lie her way through. Her unease is written all over her face. But before Lloyd can cover for her, Anya suddenly blurts out, "Mama's an assassin! She kills people!" Both Lloyd and Yor freeze in horror, their faces turning pale. The examiner's eyes go wide in shock. Panic strikes. Lloyd jumps in immediately, stammering, "She means killer of germs. Yes, she's obsessed with cleaning the house." The examiner narrows his eyes, suspicious, while Anya cowers under Lloyd's sharp glare. Lloyd scolds her with his eyes alone. "Anya, what have you done?" Terrified, Anya stays quiet, realizing she's made a terrible mistake. The examiner clears his throat and turns to Anya. "Very well, Anya. Then tell me, what is your mother's hobby?" Anya racks her brain, recalling Yor once mentioning that her hobby was making poisons. With innocent honesty, she answers, "Mama's hobby is making poisonous drinks." Lloyd and Yor almost stop breathing. The examiner looks utterly confused. Lloyd quickly forces a smile and cuts in, "She means cocktails. Mama enjoys mixing beautiful cocktails." Both he and Yor glance at Anya with relief as the examiner, still puzzled, writes down a note. Their cover, by some miracle, is still intact. The Forger family is now inside the school grounds, joining a tour led by the strict Eden Academy teachers. The teacher explains the rigid rules and high standards of the academy in a stern voice. Lloyd, Yor, and Anya listen intently. As they walk down the long corridors, Lloyd realizes that every action within this school is a test. He knows he must make sure that Anya and Yor don't make a single mistake. Suddenly, Yor almost slips, but Lloyd swiftly catches her. "She's so clumsy," he thinks to himself. Lloyd knows Yor is strong, yet terribly careless. He must ensure she doesn't do anything suspicious. Meanwhile, Anya spots a fallen bird's nest on the ground. Worried for the baby birds inside, she rushes forward without hesitation. Lloyd and Yor don't even notice what she's doing. The teacher suddenly sees Anya holding the nest and shouts, "What are you doing? Why are you stealing a bird's nest?" Anya freezes in fear, unable to answer. The teacher's anger grows. How could a child of Eden Academy commit theft? Anya bows her head, tears welling up. All she wanted was to help, but now she's being scolded. Lloyd steps forward calmly to defend her. "The nest fell, sir. My daughter only wanted to save the baby birds." He covers for Anya, lying smoothly to protect her. Lloyd kneels down and carefully places the nest back into the tree. Yor steps in to hold the branches steady. For a moment, they look like a true family working together. The Forgers continue their tour. Lloyd allows himself a small smile. This is the perfect family. We're perfect for this mission, he thinks with pride, convinced his plan is working. Anya looks at her parents with sparkling eyes. "Papa and Mama, they're good people," she thinks. Deep down, she feels pure happiness, and even if they carry secrets, she knows they are a real family. After the grueling interview, the Forgers walk out of Eden Academy. Anya looks downcast, and Lloyd thinks to himself, We failed. We failed this mission." Frustration and despair weigh heavily on his face. Lloyd glares ahead, anger in his eyes. How could they be so cruel, he wonders. To him, Eden Academy's tests feel inhumane. What hurts him most is that he couldn't shield Anya from the harshness of it all. The family sits on a bench. Yor, trying her best to comfort him, says softly, "Don't be sad, Lloyd. We did our best." Naive yet earnest, Yor doesn't fully understand the stakes, but she wants to be a good wife. Lloyd looks at Yor and Anya. His heart aches for them. They don't deserve this, he thinks, realizing he's beginning to feel genuine affection for his pretend family. Lloyd pulls out his phone and calls Sylvia. The mission failed, he admits, his voice heavy with shame. To him, this is a crushing disappointment. On the other end, Sylvia replies firmly, "It's not your fault, Twilight. You did everything you could." She knows Lloyd fought hard to succeed. Memories of the past flash in Lloyd's mind. He sees himself as a soldier, a war-torn battlefield, and a crying child amidst the ruins. "I will never let children cry again," he vows, the memory fueling his resolve. Lloyd turns to Anya, gently holding her hand. "I'll do anything for this child," he thinks with determination. Even if their bond began as a lie, his promise feels real. Looking at Yor, Lloyd says firmly, "Let's try again." His spirit reignites. No matter the obstacles, he won't give up. Not on the mission, not on them. Anya watches her father's renewed resolve. She smiles brightly, sensing his sincerity. In her heart, she knows Lloyd isn't just pretending. To her, he is truly her father. In a dark room, a man reports to his superior. The rejection rate is extremely high. At Eden Academy, harsh standards are the norm, leaving countless families in despair. The man continues, "Only a handful of children were accepted. The entrance exam had proven to be merciless. The forgers could do nothing now but wait, gripped by uncertainty." At a quiet cafe, Lloyd and Yor sit side by side, staring at a newspaper. Bold letters read, "Eden Academy entrance results." Their hands tremble slightly, though they struggle to appear calm. Lloyd glances at Yor. To him, she is the perfect wife for this mission. But deep inside, another thought emerges. I must protect her. Lloyd realizes he has begun to care for Yor in ways he never intended. Suddenly, an envelope arrives, bearing the seal of Eden Academy. Lloyd picks it up carefully. His heartbeat quickens as he opens it. His face drains of color. It's a rejection letter. Lloyd's gaze turns hollow as he looks at Yor. The words escape his lips like broken glass. We failed." Yor's eyes widen in shock, unable to process the bitter truth. Anya watches silently. Seeing Lloyd's despair makes her tiny heart ache. "Papa, don't cry," she whispers inside, her tears threatening to fall. Lloyd tries to compose himself for her sake. "It's all right, Anya. Papa's not sad." He forces a smile, but Anya can see through him. She knows it's a lie. Tears well up in Anya's eyes as she throws herself into Lloyd's arms. "Papa, I'm sad because you're sad," she cries, clinging to him tightly. Her love for Lloyd and Yor is too real to hide. Lloyd embraces her back, his heart trembling. For the first time, he admits to himself, this isn't just a mission. I won't give up. For her, I'll do whatever it takes. In that moment, Twilight makes a silent vow to truly be Anya's father.
Lloyd stares blankly at the rejection letter. Words refuse to form on his lips. He glances at Ya, who tries her best to comfort him, but deep inside, he feels crushed, like he has failed both Anya and Ya. Despair creeps into his mind. Why? Why did we fail? Lloyd keeps questioning himself, but no answer comes. He doesn't realize the problem is that he was too perfect. Flashbacks from the interview resurface. One of the stern instructors had thought to himself, that smile, it's too perfect. It's fake. Lloyd, the master spy, had overacted without realizing it. Another thought from the instructor, Lloyd forger. This man is lying about everything. Lloyd's perfection betrayed him. His flawless act felt unnatural. Then came Ya. The instructor eyed her carefully. This woman, so awkward, so tense. She's hiding something. Ya's nerves had made her appear suspicious. though her secret was far darker than anyone could imagine. And then, the final judgment. This family, they're not real. Just a play, a fabrication. To the examiners, the forgers were nothing more than actors failing to convince. Back at home, Lloyd reflects on his past as a spy. Every sacrifice, every mission, every lie he's lived through. I must succeed, he vows. Failure is not an option. Lloyd calls Sylvia with determination in his voice. I won't give up, he declares. I'll find another way in. This time, it isn't just about Operation Strix. It's about Anya too. As the forgers walk home together, Lloyd holds Anya's small hand tightly. I'll do anything for this child, he thinks. For the first time, it isn't just an act. His heart means it. Anya looks up at him with a bright smile. Papa, she says sweetly. Lloyd smiles back, and in that fleeting moment, twilight, the spy, ceases to exist. Instead, standing there is a father. A real father. The forger family walks home with heavy hearts. Lloyd still clutches the rejection letter from Eden Academy. He doesn't know what to do. Inside, he feels like he's failed. In despair, Lloyd thinks to himself, what went wrong? What mistake did we make? He tries to analyze every detail of the interview, desperate to understand why they were rejected. Little does he know, the answer lies within himself. Anya looks at Lloyd's sad face. Papa is a good person, she thinks. She knows her father is sincere, and she doesn't want to see him like this. Trying to cheer him up, Anya suddenly blurts out. Anya wants ice cream. Lloyd blinks in surprise, but then a small smile forms on his lips. He can't bring himself to say no. Lloyd nods gently. All right, let's go get some ice cream. In that moment, he realizes making Anya happy is more important than his mission, even if it means setting everything aside for a while. Hand in hand, the forgers head toward an ice cream shop. Lloyd holds Anya's hand tightly while he walks beside them. To anyone watching, they look like a happy, ordinary family, though none of them know what the future holds. Lloyd glances at Ya and Anya. Deep inside, a realization blooms. This isn't just a mission. This is my family. For the first time, he stops seeing them as tools for Operation Strix and starts seeing them as his own. When they arrive, Lloyd orders Anya her favorite ice cream. Her face lights up with pure joy. Watching her, Lloyd understands. Anya is a remarkable child, and Ya, despite her quirks, is an incredible partner. Lloyd later calls Sylvia. With calm determination, he tells her, this mission isn't over. We'll try again. Failure will not stop him, not when his family's happiness is on the line. Anya happily devours her ice cream, smiling from ear to ear. She doesn't realize it, but she has already changed the life of a hardened spy. Together, without even meaning to, the forgers have become a true family, one bound not by lies, but by love. The forgers walk home with heavy hearts. Lloyd clutches the rejection letter, feeling as if he's failed the most important mission of his life. Ya tries to comfort him, but she doesn't know what to say. Lloyd sinks onto a bench, staring at the ground. What went wrong? He asks himself, replaying every detail of the interview, desperate for answers. He doesn't realize that the problem was his own perfection. In his mind, Lloyd recalls the interview room. His flawless smile, his nervous gestures, he now sees it clearly. He was too focused on the mission, and in doing so, he overlooked the most important thing, family. Lloyd turns to Ya. For the first time, he truly sees her, not just as part of his cover, but as someone remarkable. Ya, you did your best, he thinks. For once, his feelings aren't an act. His affection for her is real. Then his eyes fall on Anya. She is extraordinary. I'll do anything for this child, Lloyd promises silently. The mission fades into the background. All he wants now is Anya's happiness. He smiles at her softly. Let's go get some ice cream. Anya's eyes light up. Lloyd can't resist her joy. In that moment, he decides, whatever it takes, he will keep this family smiling. Hand in hand, they walk toward the ice cream shop. Lloyd feels warmth in his chest, a happiness he hasn't known in years. This no longer feels like a mission, it feels like home. At the shop, Lloyd buys Anya her favorite ice cream. She beams with delight, her happiness shining brighter than anything Lloyd has ever seen. Watching her, Lloyd realizes he has found something real. Later, Lloyd calls Sylvia. His voice is steady. This mission isn't over. We'll try again. He won't give up, not on the mission and not on his family. Anya happily licks her ice cream, her little face glowing with a smile. She doesn't know it yet, but she has already changed the life of a professional spy. Together, the Forgers aren't just a fabricated family anymore. They are becoming a truly happy one. The Forgers walk home in despair when suddenly, a well-dressed man approaches them. In his hand is a sealed envelope. "This is for you," he says calmly. The letter bears the seal of Eden Academy. On it are the words, "Special Notice." Lloyd's eyes widen in shock. He never expected another letter from the school. Soon after, Lloyd, and Anya find themselves back inside the academy. A stern-looking teacher greets them, his eyes sharp and unreadable. "I wanted to see you," he says with a mysterious tone. The teacher continues, "You have been given a second chance." Lloyd can hardly believe it. A second chance? He never imagined Eden Academy would bend its own rules. Confusion swirls in Lloyd's mind. He replays everything that has happened so far. This feels like a trap, he thinks cautiously. He knows he must tread carefully. The teacher fixes his gaze on Lloyd. "Show me who you really are," he demands. He isn't interested in lies or missions, only the truth. Lloyd freezes. For years, as a spy, he has hidden behind masks, never revealing his true self to anyone. "I've always lived in the shadows," he admits inwardly. Lloyd freezes. For years, as a spy, he has hidden behind masks, never revealing his true self to anyone. "I've always lived in the shadows," he admits inwardly. The teacher leans closer. "Show me your real face," he says. This, Lloyd realizes, is the ultimate test. Will he pass, or will he fail again? Lloyd glances at Anya and Ya. For the first time, he understands. This is his family. He cannot hide from them. He must embrace who he truly is. Then Lloyd smiles. It's not the perfect, calculated smile of a spy. It's a genuine, heartfelt smile. "I won't fail again," he says firmly. Lloyd has found his answer, and he will do anything to protect his family. The Forgers return to Eden Academy. Lloyd and Ya sit nervously before the same stern teacher. The man greets them with a mysterious smile. Lloyd feels the pressure tightening in his chest. The teacher finally speaks. "You have been given a second chance." Lloyd is stunned, but deep down, he knows this is a trap. He must tread carefully. The teacher's sharp eyes shift to Ya. This woman, she looks like a criminal, he thinks. He cannot read Ya's mind, but her aura gives away that she carries dangerous secrets. Next, his gaze falls upon Anya. This child, she's no ordinary girl, he thinks. Though he cannot hear her thoughts, he feels something unusual radiating from her. Then, the teacher smiles coldly. "Your family is fake. You lack true bonds." Lloyd's heart skips a beat. Somehow, the teacher sees through everything. "We cannot accept a family like yours," the teacher declares firmly. Lloyd sits frozen in silence. It feels as though the mission is about to collapse. Lloyd turns to Anya and Ya. Their faces are filled with sadness. He cannot bear to see them like this. He knows he must act now. Taking a deep breath, Lloyd smiles. Not the perfect mask of a spy, but a genuine smile. "I am a spy," he admits boldly. The teacher's eyes widen in shock. Lloyd no longer cares about secrecy. "My most important mission is to protect my family." His voice is steady, unshaken. In that moment, Lloyd Forger is no longer just Twilight the spy. He is a father. Anya's face lights up with pure joy. "Papa," she says sweetly. She doesn't care that Lloyd is a spy. All she knows is that he is her father, and together, they will always be a family. The teacher smiles warmly, his gaze resting on Lloyd, Ya, and Anya. The Forgers hold their breath, tense and uncertain of what's about to happen. Then, with a gentle smile, the teacher speaks. "You are accepted." Lloyd and Ya's eyes widen in shock. They never expected this moment. Against all odds, they had succeeded. The Forgers step out of Eden Academy, their faces glowing with relief and joy. The weight of failure finally lifts from their shoulders. In this moment, the mission feels secondary. What truly matters is that they have each other. Hand in hand, Lloyd and Ya walk forward, with little Anya between them, smiling brightly. They are no longer just pretending. They are a family. The mission has succeeded, but more importantly, the Forgers have found something real, the bond of a perfect family.